Hello everybody, it is the Lee the Rogue Firefly here, and I am here today with Korpus, buried over the black soil. Our next part of the EEK3 Companion Series. I actually recorded this, like, in the direct order, alphabetically, but then the recording messed up, and then I recorded about a week or two ago, and the recording messed up again. Essentially, I have to start the recording here in the menu, and then once it gets in the game, start the recording all over again, because if I don't start the recording within the game, it just records the screen of this. So like the first time it crashed about 30 minutes in, and then you got most of the context to it, but like for the first 30 minutes it's just recording this, and then it, like I said, it crashed, and then I ended up recording the main game, but then the whole hour of this for the second time around, just this. You just see this, and I'm talking over it. So, I didn't think it was like the launch, like the other games where it's like a launcher, but maybe, I don't know. Maybe it registers it as that. And in any case, one more thing, the new, the new, Hunt to PS1 demo disc is coming out this Wednesday. I won't play it on the day it comes out. I'll probably play it a couple of days, maybe a week after, because I don't think I'll be able to keep up with the series and then do that series, because I want to do this series before that series. So it's going to be, that series is just going to be slightly late, but I'll get around to it. In any case, without further ado, let's jump into Korpus, buried over the black soil. Before we get in, one piece of content warning: this does deal with or sort of covered up into it's complicated. It kind of unravels throughout the story. So if you're not okay with complicated issues involving other outside of America governments, you know, involving chemical warfare, you know, stuff the Russians did, then I suggest you go if you're not okay with that complicated stuff and the horrible effects it had on the people. In any case, I'm sorry I didn't explain it very well. I don't want to give too much away because it is a very interesting story, but either way, yeah, if you're not okay with that stuff, I suggest you leave and watch one of my other videos. But if you're okay with everything, if you're okay with that, and then this will be okay. So we're not okay with that, but you know what I mean, like comfortable with enduring that kind of stuff. Then, anyways, let's just jump into this game. So it kind of just throws us in. There's a little bit of ambient noise, but not much. Let's read this. Oh goodness. Congratulations on your first month with us. You've adjusted so well. I couldn't have done what you did of moving across almost the whole globe after a job. It was so brave of you. To celebrate, I baked a little something for you. I heard they were your favorite. From Annie, your friend, just down the hallway. I don't understand why the others are avoiding this gorgeous old house. It's like they know something that I don't, or maybe they're just being superstitious. Being in our industry, they should be all over this building. It must have such an interesting history. The story thickens around the manor at the edge of the town. We've received letters from our readers about an old woman being spotted inside the house. Having piqued our curiosity, our staff went to check out the city records to find out the identity of this woman. The records tell a troubling story. Nobody has been living in the building for years. The last owner went missing in 1957. Despite this, the lights were on when we approached the house. Nobody answered the door. Despite our best efforts, we haven't been able to locate the resident or owner of the estate. Before the city can proceed with sale of the building, it must be evaluated, which will be carried out by You, as usual, please send us your detailed price evaluation before. I trust you have read the facts from the city. I think you should be the one to inspect the building, given the enthusiasm you've shown. This job might benefit from your outside perspective, something that the others don't seem to have. Head over there as soon as you can. Keep forgetting, I'm a lady. Just happened to hear where you're headed. Be careful. Okay. Those who cannot remember the past are condemned to repeat it. George Santayana. No. All these years living in this house under the constant fear, it seems finally they've gained the upper hand. They have to pry the house from my cold dead hands. Due to the recipient failing to follow the repeated instructions given by the authorities, the following actions will be taken. The ownership of the property will be transferred to the city, and it will be sold to the highest bidder after a thorough inspection. If the recipient wishes to... The damn servants of the city keep lurking around the house. They even brought the police. I'm not letting them in, no matter what. I'm keeping the key under the TV, that way I'll know where to find it. I hope keeping the doors closed is enough to keep me safe, or at least enough to slow him down. She saw I was not there before. The fireplace has been unused for years now. Lucille was the only one that took care of these things. I don't even have the strength to lift the axe over my head, not anymore. The nights are getting cold. Have been getting colder. And to preface a little more, again without spoiling the story, yeah, you know, like, people dealing with a destroyed, their house destroyed, not very many crops left, you know, or a corrupt government, stuff like that, like, I mean, like, really corrupt government, like, that kind of uncomfortable stuff, like, having to sacrifice family for your survival. Well, I think that was only, like, mentioned once. It's not a very prevalent concept here, but I think it was lightly mentioned, or even alluded to, but not directly mentioned. Yeah. This story isn't as much, like, disturbing. I mean, it's disturbing, but more in just a sad way. Recently, I've got a glimpse of a character at the edge of the yard, standing still, just staring. The next time I peek through the curtains, whatever it was isn't there anymore. Are my eyes playing tricks on me? I hope he doesn't come back. A few cups of flour, 2 teaspoons of salt, a couple of pinches of yeast, 2 eggs. Put ingredients in a bowl, mix them together, and I'll add more flour if needed. Bake in the oven for 30 minutes. Whoa. Okay, and then this is the other issue I've been having. Frame rate. Oh my god. The food left on the upper shelves has gone stale long ago. All the food gone to waste. It saddens me deeply. It's tough living alone. Ooh, that frame rate. It usually doesn't get this bad early on. It's not until late. Then just slowly started to go until they stop moving altogether. This door has been jammed ever since. I guess I should do something about it. I used to leave the bathroom door open. I don't do mistakes like that anymore. 1993. Goodness. The hinges of that damn hallway door would have never moved again if it wasn't for this miracle liquid. Too bad the door is the only thing in this house slowly falling apart. Goodness. Again, it's never been this bad. Oh my gosh. He's standing right outside. I can see the shadow looming behind the windows. Soon things will get worse. There isn't stopping him. I wasn't seeing things. What's staring outside isn't the salesman, the policeman, or a curious neighbor. It's him, and he's getting closer. Vasile. The night he came, something unexplainable happened. The house fell into darkness. It's good that I know the house like the back of my hands. There won't be any reason to turn off or on, really. There's Vasile. The windows wouldn't hold much longer. Now he's standing behind the front door doing nothing, waiting. I'm powerless to do anything. I must keep the doors locked. It's the only thing I can do. This key is my last life. You, yes you, I know you were in my house. It's too late. Follow the bell. Must learn the truth. The way forward is under the table. The Neberax. It seems that you finally found me, the final resting place of Olena Neberak. You must keep going, you are in terrible danger. He's already inside the house. You'll have to face him, but unlike me, you don't have to face him alone. Okay, so that's where it saves. But anyways. Shoot, I can't run. Ooh, okay. Over the years, he's formed from person to a shadow surrounded by insects. Maybe it was all in my head. All he wanted to do was to continue his work in his study upstairs. Gotta keep track of time. I got something to make later. Oh, I never saw this before. Megafortius Americanus. It seems he's finally gone. He's been haunting me for years. I suppose I can't blame him. He wasn't just some outsider coming after me. Once he was closer to me than anyone. Something horrible happened between us. Afterwards, he was never the same. The events kept lingering in the corner and in the air between us, serving as a constant reminder. Has gone missing. The teacher of the local school hasn't shown up to work in weeks without notice. We are worried sick. He has been a staple of this community. A teacher at the school commented. The police have remained quiet about the matter, but we received word that the missing man had faked his home address. He grew distant, abusive, disappeared deeper into his obsession. He grew to a point I had to do something about him. Vasile had to taste his own medicine. It was the winter of 1948 when I first stepped into this damned house. Since then, I haven't been able to leave it behind. It seems the house hasn't been able to leave me behind either. I was hired by an infamous journalist. He seemed like everybody in the village It seemed like everybody in the village knew of him, but nobody had no idea what he was working on. Maybe they were too scared to find out. Moving from poverty on the streets to living in a big luxurious house felt life-changing indeed. My life would change if only I knew how much. The journalist spends most of his days inside his office at the end of the dark hallway. The door is always locked and nobody is allowed in except for him. I wonder what could be so secretive to warrant such strictness. All you could hear from behind the door is the distinctive clicking of his typewriter. I couldn't imagine him living without it. When the journalist hasn't secluded himself in his office, he can usually be found in the lounge upstairs apart from the servants. Dead animals surrounded the walls. They make me uncomfortable. It feels like they are watching me. He's got a cigarette between his fingers more often than not. The smoke is making my eyes sting. This is where got glitchy original when I was playing. About here. Well, not glitchy, but frame rate issues. Sorry, I had to adjust my chair. Every couple of days I had to wash him. I never got used to it. At first it was difficult to be so close, yet so formal with someone you barely knew. As I slowly grew to detest him, the bathing sessions didn't become any easier. He seemed to be disconnected from the rest of the world. I don't think he ever talked to anybody but me, not even on the phone. One of the other servants is quite handsome. During the breaks he keeps fiddling with a small case filled with all kinds of insect-related things. I find it kind of endearing. There's something weird about this house, though. I can't quite put my finger on it, but sometimes it feels like things aren't in the place you remember them being in. Sometimes when walking into a room, it feels like the room isn't supposed to be there. Was the lounge on the right or on the left? Nothing makes sense anymore. So now what I have to do is... the difference is the way forward. Ears. Or no, this one has antlers, the other one didn't. So I hate how choppy it gets. Very good game, but it needs optimization, better frame rate. Maybe it's the way I optimized it was done wrong. I don't know. He's been talking to me during the baths. It has been going on for a couple months now. He talks about the horrible things going on in the world and how lucky I am to be here with him. I think the sole reason of these bathing sessions is to manipulate me. He's being successful, I'm forced to admit. It feels like the events in the bathroom are following me everywhere.
out what I was supposed to do. Not that. Is there a note somewhere out here? Oh, right there, sorry. Again, I think I did this every time I played. Today after the bath, I left the room to take care of some other business. When I came back, I come across a scene most horrible. There was blood everywhere. What had happened? Who was responsible? I had to follow the bloody trail to find out. I felt like the days started to blend together in the house. I often find myself standing in a room forgetting how I got there. So this is a hard chase sequence. Okay. The key to his office was right within my grasp. As soon as I grabbed the key, I could feel his evil presence approaching me. As I turned around, I felt like he stopped. He was there, but I knew he couldn't be. All I could do was keep facing him if I wanted to make it out alive. So that's the key. Face. Journalist is dead, or at least he should be. Nobody survives after losing so much blood. He was committed to keeping his secret safe, even in death. So the first time I did this, I got through without looking at him too much. Second time around, I failed like once, but then I was like, oh, I have to look at him. And yeah, now I know how to do it. Oh. Yeah. says, panicking and dying. After days of searching, I finally found the keys to his office. It's funny, for some reason I can't seem to remember how I came across them. Oh, this is why I kept coming back here, because this note right here. I'm anxious to finally know the truth. His life's work, what could be so secretive? It couldn't have possibly been worth all these years in seclusion. I'm standing in his office, and after all this time, there's nothing to be found, no answers to anything. I get the feeling that he can't have been working alone. It's like there was a bigger machine behind all of this. That damned old maid Olena keeps snooping around. The more she reads, the more she discovers. Be carefully reading through everything. One can gain seemingly infinite amounts of wisdom, even if it means retreading through old phrases. In return, I made sure to destroy all evidence on this floor to deny it. Anyways, so, let's go around this office. If the frame rate doesn't kill us. Anyways. I didn't even notice. I saw the flashlight on the whole time. So, as you'll notice, there's a whole bunch of stuff around here. So we can teleport back and forth through this, like that. Now, it says clues hidden in text. If you look at this note, typewriter in bold. His identity revealed. This one, cigarette, bold. Hidden in his desk. Phone. Phone, cigarette, typewriter. His desk hidden among many. So I was confused. I looked through all the ones with cigarettes and typewriters and a phone. But apparently I missed this one, even though it has no phone. Maybe it specifically said no phone. I don't know. Maybe I was supposed to look for some. But this had no phone. But this is the right desk, so. The government has given me a purpose. My task is to deny, cover up, and lie about the events that took place here in 1933. To drown out the enemy voices, as if it never happened. I will live here, right at this epicenter amongst the vermin. They will be too scared to do anything. I will dedicate my life to fulfill this goal. At the end, all my efforts will be rewarded. Listen. I knew there was something more behind this. The journalist was directing all of it from his office in his remote village. All of that just to hide and deny what really happened? What could have been so horrible to warrant such effort? I'm closer to the truth than ever. My husband confessed the murder to me. There were no other options, he explained. Not after what he did to your family. We had to make the body disappear. Vasily used some kind of flesh-eating insects to clean the body to the bone. Together we destroyed every evidence of him ever existing. Poetic justice. He said, now his skeleton hangs in the corner of the study, hidden in plain sight. He told me that the journalist had something to do with the faith of my family. They lived here when I was still a little girl. No wonder this place seemed so familiar to me. Vasily wouldn't tell me what had happened to them. I had to find out myself. Olena Vasile, 1954. This is where it gets even more sad. These lands are known for their fertility. The harvests grow bigger on this black soil than anywhere else in Europe, and here was no different, but it didn't matter. Everything was taken away. Somebody claimed to have seen people burying the grain. Why would they do that? No hope. Last night, the soldiers came. There was no fighting them back. They took everything, stripped the house clean. As they were leaving, I asked, how am I supposed to feed my children? They didn't answer. The town has fallen silent. All I can hear is someone next door crying for help, too weak to leave their house. Many have gone looking for food, never to be seen again. Even the dogs in the neighborhood are quiet. They've ended up on plates. I've heard rumors of something worse. So, we'll wait till the end. Until he asks that question. But wait. Yeah, okay, I'm supposed to go. Our baby boy has gotten weak, very weak. Pavlo and I have talked for hours. He kept telling me how he'd figure out how to save us. I didn't understand what he was trying to tell me, but soon I did. I wanted to hear none of it. There's no talking around him around. What I had to do afterwards will haunt me for the rest of my days. Olena was overjoyed when I presented her with a steamy kettle of meat soup. I told her that her father had bought it from the market and went looking for more. I couldn't imagine telling her the truth. So hungry. The baby passed away while I was sleeping. I keep telling myself my husband's sacrifice was worth it. In truth, it only kept the rest of us going for a little longer. I haven't heard our daughter for a while. Olena, are you alright? I'm starting to get too weak to come looking for you. Nikita, our eldest, hasn't spent a lot of time home lately. I don't like the company he's been keeping. From what I've heard from him, he's quite popular amongst them. It makes me worried. There are murmurs of awful things happening around town. Houses being ransacked, people getting hurt. People are saying Nikita is leading the brigade. Where's all this coming from? He must be doing someone else's bidding. If the rumors are true, it's only a matter of time before he comes knocking on the door of his own family. Walking through the house among his men, he acted like a completely different person. He was wearing military garments, just like those soldiers that forced many of us to the farms a few years ago. Nikita didn't even look at me as he walked straight into the basement, clearly after the supplies he had been carrying in the last few days. Suddenly, I knew just what to do. Did I open it this way? Okay, yeah. It's cool you can open it either or way. So. The old family cellar. I hadn't been there since forever. As a kid, I used to run around here, imagining all kinds of things. But enough reminiscing. The basement must be emptied. Every grain of it. I've had time to think things over. I don't need anybody else. Screw the officials and their money. Let them starve. I've earned this. Everything here belongs to me. To me. Also, you might hear my dog, so sorry about that. The rest of them won't get their hands on this. Neither my family nor my mindless followers. And they never will. The door to the basement will stay shut, and I've got the only key. The food is slowly running out. I think the darkness is starting to get in my head. The things I imagined as a child don't seem so crazy after all. I think I finally found the place where I truly belong in. Days are starting to blend together. I don't remember hearing anything from behind the basement door for a long time. The feeling of hunger is starting to settle in. And now an evil Russian Nazi ghost is chasing us. I can't recall why, but a couple of days ago I went to check if the lock of the door is still functioning. The locks work, but the door won't open. My worthless mother has blocked the door from the other side. I could see her through the window of the door, sitting in the old chair. No matter how loud I scream at her, she won't move or respond. I can't get out, even if I wanted to. So there's a note there. I've never been able to reach that. Am I supposed to go back through here again? Oh, I guess so. I forgot about this one. Oh, whoa. Oops. Seems I reached a dead end. Okay, let's try that again. Also, I only have 15 minutes, so I better hurry up. Oh, no. It's sad, because, like, also I did much better last time, but, like, there's only, like, I can only run for so long. See, like, I barely have any stamina. They're expecting me to outrun a Nazi ghost. And I'm like... Oh, there it is. Goodness. Oh. The people I left behind have come back, faded in pain. The result of a machine stripping them all of their humanity, or they were powerless to do anything, but none of that matters anymore. They are here, with me, buried beneath the surface. There it is. The bodies of the people are here with me, lying next to each other like bundles of grain, buried together in harmony. Within the soil, I will build my church. We are the buried. Suddenly the walls are closing in on me. All I have is the empty soil in my hands falling through my fingers. Please, Mother, let me out of here. That monster locked the basement door behind him and hasn't come out in days. If he truly wishes to stay in the basement, he better remain there for good. I ripped him out of the only photo of our family. He shouldn't be remembered.
The chair feels softer than usual. Maybe I should rest my eyes for a minute. Olena, if you're still out there, get out of this hellhole. Escape. Please don't glitch, please don't glitch, please don't glitch. Glitch. Oh, oh, oh. Okay, let's try this again. Looks like we escaped the house. Maybe this is us way later. We're just like, yeah, let's just free ourselves from life and just enjoy nature. Nature's cool. Holdomor, death by hunger, Ukrainian. Between 1932 and 1933, the Soviet Union facilitated a man-made famine to weed out a revolution in Soviet Ukraine. It is estimated that 3.3 to 7.5 million Ukrainians had died of starvation by 1933. Until 1983, the Soviet Union denied and covered up the existence of the famine. To this day, Russia fails to recognize the events of Holodomor as a genocide. Well, that was a phenomenal game. Not gonna lie. Only issue, the performance issues. Last part has actually been recorded. I know I recorded this like Saturday or something, but it's now Tuesday. I got so busy doing other stuff. So the HANA PS1 demo disc is coming out tomorrow, but I won't be playing it tomorrow. I mean, I will be, but on my own. I'll be playing it a little bit. In any case, yeah. I just say there's some optimization issues, and took a while to get back to that point. But other than that, I really did enjoy this game. Amazing game. Very sad, tragic story. Thank you, man. In any case, I didn't want to continue talking in case it booted me out, and I could just end up pre-recording. But thankfully, it just took me back to the title screen. In any case, yeah. Each time it kind of I know, like I said, I played it 3 times, so it starts losing its effect as time goes on. But at the same time, it doesn't. It still stays strong with me, somewhat. I mean, glitching through the floor makes me feel unbridled rage. But everything else about this game is amazing, from the gameplay to the length of it. They were able to tell such a good story in such a short amount of time. I played it in under an hour. Then again, I kind of sped run through it. I think the usual time it takes is almost 2 hours, but maybe an hour 30. But I really did like this game. And each time it kind of it doesn't make me crying sad, but it gives me this sort of feeling, this silent, deep inside me kind of sadness. So, the one where you just kind of sit there, you have to think about it. But yeah, thank you to the person who made this game and telling this story through in a very artful and very entertaining manner. I suggest you guys go check it out. I believe it is a free game, and if it's not free, it's probably only a couple dollars. Most of the games I get off itch, or yeah, I got this one off of itch because it wasn't on Steam. It didn't launch through Steam, so yeah, it's either that or only a couple dollars. These games,
I'm not gonna lie, most of these itch guys are extremely talented people, and they don't like rob you of your money. They deliver. They always deliver, and they sell them for either free or pretty cheap. So I'd say go check out this dude. Throw some money his way, even if it is free. It's well worth your time and money. And he's a very talented person. Just the only like again, just optimize it for well, I mean the glitches. If you're watching those glitches, you saw, this being here while I'm recording and the frame rate issues and stuff like that. But other than that, it wasn't even that big a deal. Once you really get into the groove of the game, you kind of stop forgetting that they're really there, especially in the final act. It really pulls you in. I know I'm bouncing back and forth from like to wow, amazing. It's so I can't pronounce the word or think of it right now, but you know what I mean. But yeah, I'm sorry I've been droning on for too long. I just really have a lot to say about this game. It really is. Well, it's really fun journey to go through. Mostly because I played like 3 times, so I have like a kind of deeper like thinking. Like I've been able to really think about this longer and really experience it more. In any case, I hope you all enjoyed. Please like, comment, and subscribe. Share this with friends as you might think like this kind of content. I will be playing more. I think I might be starting up a mini-series too before I do the demo. Actually, it'll probably be alongside the rest of this and the demo disc. I'm really debating if I should do it. I don't know. I'm really interested in it. It's another one of these horror game collections, or sort of. In any case, once again, I hope you all enjoyed. Show love to the creator of this game, Korpus, buried over the black soil. And I hope I already said that 3 times, so you all enjoy it. Anyways, I'll see you guys later. Bye-bye.